Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about a very important question and how to answer that question during interviews. So, we all at some point of time have to face interviews, right? Whether it is for our education or visa or job or anything for that matter which is important for us, right? We have to face interviews and we can't back out, right? We have to face it confidently, we have to answer questions accurately and to the point. And trust me on this, guys, answering interview questions is always a skill. It's not about technical interviews, it's mostly about non-technical interviews which decide whether you will be taken in by the company. Okay, so major chunk of your fate or future depends on the non-technical part of the interview which the HR takes or which the technical person also observes while asking questions. So it's not always necessary that you have to answer all the questions 100% right? In spite of that, some people fail the interviews. They are not given the appointment or the offer letter. Today I'm going to tell you how you can answer questions perfectly during interviews. Okay, so guys, welcome back. I'm your communications coach and soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you out to speak English fluently and confidently. And today's topic is I'm going to tell you how to answer one simple question which is asked during interviews and how important it is for you. And that question is, how are you? Right? So in every formal or informal situations, we generally answer this question. You know, people coming and meeting our colleagues, our friends, our family, everybody, when we meet each other, we say, hi, how are you? And we answer that question very well, right? I am fine, I am good. These are the two answers which is very common and which we hear every single day. And we also answer the same every single day, right? But interviews are always special, guys. You don't have to take it lightly. Please be prepared before an interview. This is a suggestion which I am giving out of my 10 years of experience in an IT industry as an HR professional. So guys, take it very seriously. Start preparing all the answers what can be asked during interviews, and don't take any question, any simple question like how are you very lightly. Prepare a good answer for how are you and you will see the difference. So, today I'm going to help you out how you can be creative in answering this question, how are you, and what the recruiter sitting next in front of you or the technical person, the panel sitting in front of you expects to hear. Okay, they don't want to know you are good or not, right? They don't want to know. It's just that they want to relax you, they want to comfort you and make yourself comfortable. That is why they ask this question, how are you? And it's up to you to answer this question and to make yourself comfortable. If you say, yeah, I'm fine, yeah, I'm good, that's it. The conversation is ended. And then the second thing will be, they will be asking you another question, right? So, you didn't get a time to show your spark there, right? So that is why come up with something creative, interesting, so that the interviewer also notice you, okay, or they also want to know more about you. That is a chance. You have to get hold of that chance so that you will not be rejected during your non-technical interview or when they are looking at your non-technical aspects. Okay, so let's get started. Now, whenever you go for an interview, the first question, when you sit there and you take your seat there and the interviewer is there or the recruiter is there, they always ask you, so hi, how are you? They may also ask, how are things? How are you doing today? Or how is your day like? How was your day? If the interview is later in the afternoon or evening, they say, how was your day like? Okay, so these are the ways of asking this question, how are you? Okay, now what you have to do, you have to grab this opportunity to tell as much as you can about yourself. Okay, or to make an impression. Okay, so it's always said, during interviews, your first 30 seconds or 1 minute is something which decides the interview. Okay, and why it is said? It's just that if you overtake that 30 seconds or 1 minute, okay, you make an impression to the interviewer that you're talented, you're confident, you are articulate, you are thoughtful, then things will be easier for you. Okay, they'll have a positive impression about you and the interview will go smooth. And if in the beginning only you mess up, or you don't show that spark, or you don't show that attitude, your positive attitude, okay, then probably things will be a little difficult for you at that time. So try to control the interview. Okay, now coming to the topic, how you can answer how are you if somebody asks you during the interview. The first thing you can always say is, I'm a bit nervous at the moment, but in a good way, and I'm hoping the interview will go well. Okay, and then you can also add is, how about you? Okay, how are you doing? Okay, and you can smile and say this, I'm a bit nervous right now at the moment, but in a good way, and I'm hoping things to go well. How about you? Okay, so then they understand, oh wow, you have come up with something new or something creative other than I'm good, I'm fine. Okay, you took that effort of saying that you are nervous, but for a good reason. Of course, you have come for an interview. Of course, you are looking for a good job and you come for the interview. So it is a good thing, right? So you are nervous. Of course, it is. Everybody will be nervous. Anybody and everybody gets nervous during the interviews. So you said that. So it makes a good impression to the interviewer. The next way is, oh yeah, I'm pretty excited for the interview. Or, oh yes, I'm pretty excited for this interview and I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so you can also say that I'm pretty excited for this interview and I'm looking forward to it, which shows that, oh, you're pretty excited and you want to, and you're very happy about it and you're very excited about the job, the interview and the process and everything. Okay, which shows your excitement, your enthusiasm, and these qualities people look for in the companies, the HR, the technical guys, the interview panel. They look for people who are enthusiastic, who are excited, and who are upfront and real. Okay, if you say everything, yeah, you're very nervous, and you say, yeah, I'm very good, fine, I'm not nervous at all. And they can make out from your body language and everything, right? So if you say, yeah, I'm a bit nervous, but for a good reason, and I'm looking forward to it, which means that, oh wow, you're accepting the reality. So you are a straightforward person, you know how to express yourself. So that is why it is important to say things like this. Another way of saying is, you can always say, very well, thank you. Okay, if somebody asks you, how are you? You can always say, very well, thank you. Or if somebody asks you during the interview, how was your day like? Or how was your day? You can always say, it was great, but a very funny incident happened today with me. Can I share it with you? Okay, so, or a strange thing happened with me. Okay, yeah, it was great, but a strange thing happened with me today. I would like to share with you. Can I? Or shall I? Okay, so this way you are just engaging the other person and you're showing your confidence, that you're confident and you are expressing yourself. You're not holding you back from saying something, right? So these are the wonderful ways of expressing yourself and showing confidence and taking a step ahead during interviews. Okay, which will give a really good impression to the interviewer, and your interview will go on smoothly. Okay, now this is about the interviews, these 4 ways I told you about the interviews. Now, in a formal setting, when you are at the workplace, when you're meeting your manager, you're meeting your team, you're meeting your seniors, or project manager, or your scrum master, or anybody for that matter, or the client, they also ask you, how are you? So, how can you answer them? You just don't need to say, I'm fine, I am good, great. No, come up with something creative. Okay, like you can always be very enthusiastic, and you have to be very confident when you say something, right? When somebody asks you, how are you, the first thing is you can always say, I'm doing great. Okay, absolutely wonderful. How about you? Or I'm doing great, and you can ask, you have to ask back, right? So this is the way you can say, I'm doing great, and you? Absolutely wonderful. What about you? Or I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking, can't complain. This is another way of saying that you are good, you're doing good. Or you can also say, nothing to complain about, which means you're quite satisfied, you're very happy. In spite of saying you're fine, you're good, you're saying nothing to complain about. Okay. Or you can say, I'm happy and grateful. And you? Right, I'm happy and grateful. This is also a good way of saying you're meeting your colleagues, you're meeting your manager, you're meeting n number of people in your workplace, right? So you can answer these things, and every single day you're meeting them and you're saying same old, I'm fine, I'm good. Doesn't look good, right? It's so boring. If you say something new, then the other person will also be energetic and feel good about it, right? And then the conversation can go on. Okay, now sometimes you might not be very good, right? So how do you answer, how are you? You did not answer every time that I'm good. You can always say negative things also, but in a good way. You can say not bad, okay, or I'm doing all right. Okay, not great, but all right. Or you can say so far so good. Okay, so far so good. Somebody asks, how's your project going, or how are things at office? You can say so far so good. Okay, or you can say not great, but I'm looking forward to it, right? Somebody asks you, how's your project going, how is your work? You can always say not great, but I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so in a positive way. Or you can always say, I've been busy, I've been very busy these days, but I think now I'll just relax for some time. I can relax for some time. Or if you're not well, you can always say, I was under the weather, but now I'm fine. So guys, these were some ways of answering this simple question, how are you, during interviews or any of your formal interaction. So it need not be interviews only. You meet clients, you meet new people, you meet new colleagues, you meet new heads or seniors or managers, right? So you have to make an impression everywhere, right? And the first impression is the last impression. We all know that, right? So you have to capture people's attention, and that is why I'm here to tell you how you can capture people's attention with just one simple question, how are you? Yeah, so these were some of the creative ways of answering this question to show your spark, to show your proactiveness, to show your energy, to show your enthusiasm, excitement about your job, about the interview, about the company, or about any situation, right? Which makes a good impact on the interviewer or on your colleagues or managers or team leads or anybody else for that matter, right? So next time you go for the interview, remember these tips and do your best, or rather give your best. Good luck.